Darren LaHood's X account, type in vaccine, and see what he told everybody. He was doing propaganda messaging, pushing out big pharma talking points. That's not leadership. That's doing what your lobbyist, multi-million-dollar contributors tell you to do. And he's telling everybody on his X account, his Facebook account with 27,000 followers. So, in my opinion, he's pushing propaganda, and he voted for it. And he took out he took out trillions of loans on your behalf to fund this. We're $37 trillion in debt, and we have $100 trillion in unfunded debt liabilities. That's a total of $137 trillion. So everybody in this country owes over $100,000 right now to the federal government and the balance sheet. And Darren LaHood doesn't talk about it. All he talks about is how the big beautiful bill is so beautiful. It's not beautiful. It's taxation, but put by loading it on the back end. So, in my opinion, he is not leading the people in his district, and he's a failure as a congressional representative in the 16th district. And in Illinois, he's just a can kicker. And I just want to reiterate, everyone has to chant the mantra: stop borrowing, stop spending.
That is good to hear Caitlin say, because we go back into what some people call a bipartisan combine. Everyone's just taxing and spending. There really has not been a responsible financial party for a very long time. And it is good to hear people coming up through the ranks running for office saying, yeah, we got to stop this. Because it's not sustainable. You're absolutely right on that. I'm curious too. You went right for congressional seat. Generally, people coming up through the ranks will say, oh, you're going to start at city council. You'll start at county board. You'll start at the township level. You went right for Congress. Mostly, it seems, because the job there that LaHood's doing. Did you have any thought about starting lower and working up, or was this just you're passionate about ending LaHood's reign in Congress?
Well, let me just say, this is not the second time I've run for politics. I ran for committee person here in the 45th Ward in Chicago, and that is what created this rocket that is trying to defeat Darren LaHood, because that experience of dealing with all kinds of low-down, dirty, grimy local politicians and the lawyers, and let me just describe to you what happened. So I ran for committee person. I spent about 45 days at the Jefferson Park Blue Line stop. I hired people off of Craigslist. We gathered about 800 signatures. Every single signature was challenged by the Chicago GOP. We were about 60 signatures short. But I filed an appeal. I had to go downtown, go through the election courts, had about 2 trials. The challenger, Estella Richards, the 45th Ward committee woman, never showed up. She couldn't provide any testimony, wouldn't provide any testimony in terms of questioning. So in my opinion, my constitutional rights were denied me, and this deals with ballot access. I have no doubt that this time going around, we will get the total number of signatures to actually be on the ballot. It's less than 700. And let me tell you, when you file for Congress, it only takes you 15 minutes to file. So my question is, where are the patriots and the Republicans in Peoria and Rockford that want to stand up to all this borrowing and spending? Where are the libertarians even that are not stepping up to the plate? A lot of people aren't getting anything for their vote, but they're still going to vote for Darren LaHood. So, this is why I decided to run for Congress, because the issue is that important, that this is not just whether or not I win or get on the ballot. This is about creating communication to as many people as possible to recite the mantra: stop borrowing, stop spending. Every single year we're borrowing $2 trillion and only taking in $5 trillion. So this is why I'm running and why we have to defeat Darren LaHood in Illinois 16.
Well, it's just the old Illinois GOP mantra. It's not your turn yet, right? This is why I know I'm running, because they go through their county county GOP, and they're told it's not your turn. In your case, I'm sure you were told start smaller. Start at the township level. Start this. Of course, the Chicago GOP is so completely dysfunctional. Maybe they didn't tell you that. But this is the same thing I hear over and over again as I talk to candidates. They're being told it's not your turn.
Listen, it's everybody's turn. There should be 100 people lining up when there's no filing fee and it takes you 15 minutes. And now there's another Republican candidate running, and I think there's 4 Democrats running against Darren LaHood. So people are waking up and standing up. You know, Darren LaHood really flies under the radar, but he has a very powerful position in Congress. So, in my opinion, the more people standing up to Darren LaHood, either we force him to start obeying our Constitution and give us a fair and balanced budget, or he's just going to keep plunging us into debt and creating future tax liabilities for your children. The guy is, in my opinion, dishonest, and I think we have to, crush his can that he keeps kicking.
Let's switch up for a little bit. Let's talk about the district you're running for. Your district runs, I mean, you're in Chicago, it's in Peoria, it's in Rockford. Let's talk gerrymandering. Where's our solution here? I mean, right now the Republicans, we're roughly half the state's electorate. We only have 3 congressional seats, one you're running for. Is there hope here? What's the answer here? As long as you're that outnumbered, how do we fix this?
Well, let me tell you, before working at the Treasury Department doing facilities management, I worked at the Census Bureau downtown Chicago. So I was opening and closing census offices, and it's a lot of work to open a census office to gather that data. And that is the only agency in our Constitution. All these other agencies are not there. The census is the only one that should technically be funded. Most of these other agencies, I think we could eliminate a large percentage of them. These are the top towns in the 16th district, and these are the towns that are voting for Darren LaHood. It's Rockford, which has 148,000 people. Peoria has 113,000. Bloomington, 78,000. Normal, 52,000. Pekin, 31,000. Belvedere, 25,000. Lutz Park, 23,000. I could go on and on and on. There's a lot of cities. The way to really deal with this gerrymandering and all this insane districting, when you see the map, it looks like this crazy jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
So, from my experiences working at the census and hearing and listening and working with higher ups, there's a lot of corruption when it comes to this districting and the Census Bureau itself. So I think the Trump administration has put forth a bill saying that illegal aliens will no longer be allowed in the districting map. So there's a lot of ways to clear it up, and the number way to clear up all these problems is transparency. And actually, having access to the data that the Commerce Department puts out and what the legislature is using here in the state of Illinois. But running for Congress, I'm looking at bigger issues than just districting here. I'm looking at the national debt, which could sink this ship that we are all on. Illinois is in a fiscal crisis. Chicago's in a fiscal crisis. Illinois has $200 billion in debt and $60 billion in unfunded pension liabilities. My father is a retired Chicago police officer, and in my opinion, Chicago and Illinois are being run like Clown Town. This is clown world we're living in. People aren't transparent. All they want to do is racial identity politics, and we're not being fiscally conservative. We are, this is my biggest gripe that Elon Musk helped expose, which is through Doge. If you look at all the screenshots on the Doge X account, it's all for DEI and climate change education. Hundreds of billions of dollars in education grants. Northwestern isn't getting, I think, $500 million? All of these huge institutions that have huge endowments, why is the federal government funding all of this? We're $37 trillion in debt. So again, I want to reiterate the mantra: stop borrowing, stop spending.
Well, they're funding it because the Democrats are in charge. It's like more Democrats, right? You turn the schools into your property animals with not saying Northwestern is an excellent school. You wouldn't get an excellent education there, but it's also turned out a lot of excellent socialist communists over the last 20 years. So,
they're winning, George. They're winning, and they're in control of our money. Illinois is a Democrat industrial complex. I have a book over here from the Democratic Party in the 1950s. They don't look like that today. They are so unprofessional and so Marxist and so radical. The stuff that comes out of Chicago politics is absolutely deranged. The mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, he said just the other day that white structural racism and supremacy is to blame for the 600 deaths during the heat wave in 1997. What does that have to do with the debt and the deficits? The Chicago Public Schools has what, 107 or $715 million deficit, or is 100? So the point is, they're not talking. I want accountants and forensic accountants and financially minded people running the government, not the insane political spam that they spew every single day. Darren LaHood does it the same way, but in a different way. He takes photos with veterans, takes photos with the police. You know, his dad, Ray LaHood, is an Obama transportation secretary. Right. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and in my opinion, Obama is the worst president this country has ever had. So, you know, there's other things about Ray LaHood that, you know, people shouldn't forget. That he had $50,000 in cash that some Nigerian scammer gave him, that the FBI investigated, and the FBI took Darren LaHood's laptop. So this is a very politically connected family, a very powerful family, and I need this video to hopefully go viral so people can donate to this campaign to defeat Darren LaHood, because he's going to keep kicking the can and create $2 trillion a year every single term he gets. So if you want to stop the borrowing and spending with me, you know, go to johnforcongress.com. You can text the campaign directly at 312-498-0517. And on johnforcongress.com, click on the blog section. You can see our antidote link to make a donation. I'll update the site after this interview because hopefully I'll push it out and we'll get a lot of views and raise more money, because you know, I live in Chicago in the Northwest Side. I'm going to drive up to Rockford. I'm going to drive to Peoria. I'm going to drive to Bloomington and Normal, Illinois, and I hope to meet people in the streets or at the bars or at the train stops who have watched this video and want to sign on the petition to defeat Darren LaHood.
Your district is frankly crazy too, the way they drew that up. I mean, again, it's another way to, it's all about suppressing Republican vote. And so you wonder why people aren't lining up to run for it. Who wants to drive from Chicago to Rockford, Peoria every weekend? Which is where you're at, right? You got to reach out, you got to knock on doors, you got to talk to people, and they put you in a position where it's almost impossible to cover the ground you need to cover to actually win this thing.
It's not that many signatures, so I'm not stressed out about it. To become a committee person in the Chicago GOP, it's the same number of signatures as it is to become a congressperson. So that's insane. And, you know, I think there's a lot of Republicans, and, you know, this is the interesting thing. If you go to Darren LaHood's X account and you look at the comments section, it's nothing but hate for Darren LaHood. And I know a lot of it is probably liberal Democrats replying, but there are a lot of Republicans that are sick of the borrowing and spending.
Well, that's the frustrating part of our demographic, I think. Like I said, this is something we talk about a lot, but don't act on it when we do act on it. I mean,
Mike, this is an exclusive interview for campaign contributors like you, Mike. This was a one-on-one interview with a big online podcast yesterday.
Back to the big beautiful bill, there are good things or there are bad things. That we're taking on clearly is the bad thing. Let's talk about, let's go back and talk about something we're talking about too. That's their identity-based politics and everything. The amount of hatred there is out there now. What do you think the answer is there? How do we bring not just Republicans back into the fold that may have left because of things like, you know, the deficit, but also bring Democrats around to thinking where they're a loyal opposition again, as opposed to just crazy race-baiting lunatics that they're out for blood and hate the president. You know, I mean, there's not a lot of logic to what we're doing. How do we fix this?
Well, I hope, you know, you get a chuckle out of my response here. So I would just ask for a moment of silence and stillness and take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. You know, it's wisdom and education. So I think, you know, I've spent a lot of time doing a lot of yoga, reading a lot of books, going to the gym. You know, for me, preparing for this moment, it's the now. So I feel like my whole life, the destiny has led up to running against Darren LaHood in the 16th district. And so, you know, to me, all the racial identity politics, there's a lot of ways to be political. I would say that the national debt is a way to be political. Vaccines are a way to be political. So really, to me, it's wisdom education, reading scripture, reading sacred texts that point out eternal truths, universal truths amongst all of us. So when somebody does a racial identity political attack or brings it up in the discourse, I just consider it spam and political. Um, if I was to pull out my Bible flashcards here and read you a bunch of sacred scripture, you could say that's being political, but I would also add that it's education in terms of wisdom. So that is the only real true response I have to people who want to do racial identity politics.
All right, so you touch on your big issues are the immunizations and the budget. What else would your term in Congress focus on outside of those two issues?
Well, I thought, I kind of meditated on this. Like, if you were the leader of a tribe, what would you want for the people in your tribe? Or if you're a congressperson or a president or the leader of a business, it's primarily, you do not see in Darren LaHood's X account, he never talks about his constituents' property taxes. He doesn't talk about their income taxes. He talks about, hey, I don't want you to be able to file for free with the IRS, so I'm going to get rid of that so H&R Block and Tax Pro can keep charging you another $200 to $300 a year to file. So, this is the issue is, lowering Illinois and District 16 property taxes, lowering their income taxes, and lowering their public debt and their private debt. Those would be four issues that I would want to look out for if I was the leader of the 16th district as a congressperson in terms of legislation. Again, I want to lower your property taxes, lower your income taxes, lower your public debt, which is the national debt at $37 trillion, as well as the state of Illinois, and also lower your private debt. Now, if that means lowered interest rates, that means asking Chairman Powell politely to lower the rate from 4 to 7% down to 1%. So it's all artificial. We're doing it to ourselves. We're stressing ourselves out. The system is stressed out, and therefore we're going to be more stressed out. But a lot of this is of our own making, and we are our own worst enemy. Again, Darren LaHood voted for the HEROES Act, CARES Act. I could read them to you from my X right now. I wanted to come more prepared with a lot more Grok data. But if you go to John Kitover, Illinois, I will re-query and create more queries that I hope people who watch this video will go to John Kitover IL on X, follow me, and you can see a lot of these queries, which is really just forensic accounting and data analytics of the Treasury.gov app. So Thomas Massey has a lapel that says 37 trillion. That data from his Wi-Fi lapel comes from Treasury.gov, straight from the Treasury API. So if you go to usdebtclock.org, they use a different API, but nonetheless, you can get a better picture of the financial balance sheet of the United States of America. And so when Darren LaHood, through the Big Beautiful Bill Act, gives the Fortune 500 $500 billion a year in tax credits, that's all future tax liabilities for you. It's transferring it from the Fortune 500 to we the people. That's not why you're voting for Darren LaHood, is it? I hope it's not, because if you are, you're voting for your own demise. We're giving ourselves away. The Declaration of Independence says they are eating out our substance. And in my opinion, Darren LaHood is eating out the substance of America and the people in the 16th district. And Illinois politics is so corrupt and the people are so sleazy. It's taking a grassroots effort of a guy in Jefferson Park in the northwest side of Chicago to say no more borrowing and spending.
You talked about cuts there too. You mentioned that I was specifically interested in cuts Medicare, Medicaid. That's not going to go well with the older people on Medicaid, the older voter. And you also talked about cuts on defense. You talked about $400 million in cuts in defense.
$400 billion.
$4 billion. Yeah. Where do you see these cuts coming from? What are we cutting to come up with these numbers?
So Medicare, Medicaid, the average amount per citizen spent is about $15,000 to $18,000. That money is going to health insurance and to large hospital providers and to administrative expenses like doctor salaries, nurse salaries, etc. It's almost $20,000 a person, and if you have advanced, diseases and you're on 30 prescriptions, now you're talking about $60,000 a year or $160,000 a year. The point is, we have to take these two snakes that are drowning this nation in debt, big pharma and health insurance, and the military-industrial complex. We have to start choking these two snakes, otherwise the whole ship is going to sink into hyperinflation. By 2050, the United States government will be paying $4 trillion a year in interest on the national debt. And we're only taking in $5 trillion a year because of these two snakes. You could look at it like the rod of Caduceus. You know, you're a nurse, you've seen that symbol. These are the two snakes choking our livelihood in this country. Everybody is on the hook for this money, but we keep kicking the can down the road. So we have to stop borrowing and stop spending.
Well, where are these cuts coming from?
It's coming. It's
going all over the world. You're a veteran too. I'd hate to. I served in the Marine Corps. I served in the Marine Corps. I'd hate to see cuts that are going to endanger people out there protecting us. And like I said, as far as Medicare cuts go, you got an uphill battle on that one because half the people are going to vote for you aren't going to like that. So where are you coming there?
I just want to reiterate my economic philosophical position deals with transparency and shedding light on the problems. We have to set priorities. If we want to have a lethal fighting force that is capable of going anywhere in the world to destroy our enemy who may commit terror against us, we have to set priorities. And if that means decommissioning or not building the next generation of aircraft carriers or fighter jets, we have to remember priorities. And if that means, Fortune 500 corps aren't, a lot of this is going to crush the stock market. You see, I don't want to take the oil out of the engine. I want to essentially optimize the oil that we're using. We have to optimize our spend. This is like a game. This is essentially game theory. And unfortunately, we are at 40% of our economy is all based on borrowed money, borrowing and spending. That's not an authentic, transparent economy. So the sooner we actually get real and stop being children and say, hey, okay, a lot of this net profit is just because Congress is borrowing and spending through HR acts and the Federal Reserve. Chairman Powell said, we don't ask Congress for monetary advice and we don't give fiscal advice. Whatever Congress does is a given and we put it in our models. What kind of leadership response is that from the head of the Federal Reserve? You know, I mean, let's set some priorities and say, you know what? We have to optimize and be effective in our deployment, our spending. It's the way a business runs. When I was at the Treasury Department, I asked the senior leader, I said, well, are we allocating spending to locations where we know we're going to get a better ROI? Why are we building all these new offices if this area of the country is not has no good GDP? We need to go where, if you're going to tax, go where the money's at. Nah, it doesn't matter. We just got to spend, and we got to, spend. That's how they act. There's no optimization of our game theory as an economy. It's unpatriotic, and we're already 37 trillion in debt. Back in 2001, when 9/11 kicked off, we had $2 trillion in debt. That's manageable. 37 trillion is a crisis, and Chairman Powell says it's totally unsustainable. And in fact, he did a Freudian slip, and he said it's unsustainable at the moment. And we're approaching that level where if Congress doesn't wise up and people don't start following Thomas Massey, Rand Paul, a lot of other Republicans in the Liberty Caucus, and a lot of libertarians are still very vocal about this. You will not see Darren LaHood, come on your podcast or ever put out any messaging about the national debt. He does not want you thinking about it.
Let's close on Social Security. Also unsustainable. If I call it pyramid scheme. Any efforts to privatize any of it always fail. How do we fix that? What do we want to do? If you're in Congress, there's a chance this is going to start to collapse on you. So what are your thoughts on that?
So some people might not like this response because maybe it's not fiscally conservative enough, but Social Security is the only, it's the second largest line item. I want to keep it 100% intact, but I want, as Doge did, eliminate all the fraud, waste, and abuse in it, especially international fraud. There's still probably a lot of international schemers and scammers ripping that system off. But again, if you look at the snake analogy of Medicare, Medicaid, the medical industrial complex, and the National Defense Authorization Act, and our military industrial complex, the pillar is really us. It is our Social Security. So let's actually just enhance the program. If we take away from big military and big pharma, we can increase payouts to Social Security recipients who, at this point, are 100% involved in a Ponzi scheme. We're $37 trillion in debt, and we're paying over $1 trillion a year in interest to service that. Essentially, we have a $37 trillion mortgage. It costs us $1 trillion a year, and every year we keep adding $2 trillion to the $37 trillion. So again, we have to start making cuts, and we have to start paying down the debt. But I say preserve Social Security, because that Ponzi scheme, you paid into it. Plus, you got to pay income taxes on the money you already paid in. So you're double taxed, triple taxed. You're taxed from every degree of reality. And that is not the way America was set up to be. We need to maximize liberty, maximize our freedom, and be fiscally conservative. We've gone through a 25-year war and then a big pandemic scamdemic. After periods of warfare, you practice austerity. So this isn't, a debt derangement syndrome rant. This is an American austerity syndrome that people need to start getting infected with, because if you're not part of the problem, you are literally plunging your children into forever debt. There's not going to be some debt jubilee. There's not going to be some meeting of the minds. This is a comprehensive financial system that doesn't forgive debt at the national levels. We owe this to China, Japan, the UK. We owe it to the Federal Reserve. So until people start repeating my mantra, stop
Borrowing, stop spending,
and vote for John Kitover in the 16th district. Do not let Darren LaHood kick this can down the road any further. Hold him accountable. Demand a town hall and let him know your feelings about the COVID-19 mass vaccination, about the national debt. Let him know how you really feel about how he's representing you, and if he actually has your best interest at heart, or he has him and his own family's best interest at heart. He's got over $10 million in his campaign checking account from Blue Cross Blue Shield, from Caterpillar, from Moderna, Pfizer, J&J, Comcast, Verizon, AT&T. Everybody has given to Darren LaHood. And the last thing I want to say is LaHood gave us the Broadband Act, which is a $65 billion giveaway to Comcast, AT&T, Verizon. I want to hear one person in the 16th district that has ever gotten high-speed internet that they didn't already have it before, and that Darren LaHood didn't just give you a pile of debt and taxes on the back end.
I would say it's going to be hard for us to find that person. I think we're pretty okay on broadband, but in this area, at least by the time that happened. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was John Kitover, congressional candidate. I had a great time talking to him today. We'll have you back as you pass the primary. Good luck on your petitions. And what do you have to say on the way out? What's your elevator pitch to our watchers?
Well, if you live in Rockford, if you live in Peoria, if you live in Bloomington, Normal, Pekin, Belvedere, Loves Park, Mackenzie Park, East Peoria, Morton, Washington, Dixon, Morris, Shanahan, Streeter, Pontiac, Roscoe, Harvard, Rochelle, South Beloit, and Rockton, go to johnforcongress.com. That's with a 4. Or text the campaign at 312-498-0517. That's 312-498-0517. Or go to johnforcongress.com. I need your campaign contributions so I can get on the road, come to your town, shake your hand, get your signature on our petition. And we have to get 1,000 signatures within the next 2 weeks. And I hope that this video goes viral. I will push it out across all my platforms. And I'm also going to take our campaign contributions that we've raised, and I'm going to run this video as an advertisement in your town, in Rockford, in Peoria, through Google, YouTube. So if you want to donate and you want this message of liberty and fiscal conservatism and anti-mRNA spike proteins in you every single turn, that Bill Gates wants you to eat spike proteins, basically. So I'm trying to mix in a little comedy, but I hope people are resonating with the message that we have to stop borrowing and spending. It's what's causing all of these problems. And we're $37 trillion in debt. A $37 trillion mortgage with a $1 trillion annual interest payment. You didn't sign up for that when you voted for Darren LaHood, and he's going to keep giving it to you. So I need your help. I need your support. Go to johnforcongress.com. Thanks, George.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll cut it here. Send me all your social accounts. We'll put it in the show notes and everything so people can see it. And try to have this out. Today's Tuesday? And try to have it out by Friday. All right?
Okay, God bless George. I really appreciate it, and I'm so happy that you're so well organized and helped me to create this message. God bless you, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Like I said, you can just text me or email me back the social media. We'll put it down in the show notes. Yeah, good luck to you. We'll check in again after petition season over. Hopefully, you're good. You got a lot of good areas to farm for petition signatures, though. So I think you're gonna be fine.
I agree. I think it'll be rich. rich petition turnout this time. I thank you, George.
All right, you take care.
Okay, have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Recording stopped.
All right.
What'd you think, Mike? What'd you think? I think I did a pretty good job. I don't think I said anything that was inaccurate.
No, I think it was good. I agree with everything he said, for sure. No, I mean, I don't know if the figures were inaccurate or not, but you had good energy. You sounded passionate, which I always appreciate. You were interesting to listen to, like funny and charismatic. I mean, I don't think you're behind any of the other candidates when it comes to that part of it. I mean, as you start making money, you'll have way more of an chance than you seem to have now. But you got to start somewhere. I think that interview was good.
Yeah. You know, it's not. Yeah.
Good. You got to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you sounded charismatic and you sounded funny. I don't know when I clipped out. I wasn't looking at my phone, but I thought you had good energy and happy vibes. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
You're talking about stuff that sucks, and you made it sound kind of, like you're not too beat up about it. You just want to fix it,
Yeah.
which I think is good.
Yeah, it's amazing how he'll say, well, all my friends and family are overseas in the military. We can't withdraw support for them. How dare you? Or I work at a nursing home, and how dare you withdraw support for my job and the people I work for? It's like, okay, you do realize we're borrowing from you to spend on you. That's not the way an economy works. You make a slice of pizza for $1, you sell it for $5.50. Okay, that's how a business works. That's the way a lot of governments around the world work. We're the only clown world government. We have become a banana clown world republic.
And I like when he's like, well, what are we going to cut in the military? First thing I thought of was I just read the other day that an F-22 costs $85,000 an hour to fly, but the F-35s cost $35,000 to $45,000 an hour to fly. So they're half the price of an F-22. Meanwhile, they're basically capable of doing the same shit. Why do we have overlapping aircraft, one of which are twice as expensive as the other one? And we're already such a large industrial complex in the first place. I mean, we could stop manufacturing vast amounts of the shit we got and be just fine for several years. So I don't know. The point is, where's it going to come from? It's going to come from cutting some of the shit that the military gets. You're going to have to say no to them sometimes. We haven't won a war in the fucking 2 decades anyway, so I don't know why we say yes to everything. Make them work for it. I mean, he said it starts in the Marine Corps. You know as well as I do that the Marine Corps is the most cost-efficient military organization that this country has. Like, the Marine Corps does it the right way. They don't cost very much for what they bring value-wise. The Air Force, opposite. They're incredibly expensive for what they bring to the table. So why don't you cut the Air Force and distribute the fucking pilots to the other services? That's another idea.
Well, I gotta say, our military is pretty cool, and I think even at $800 billion a year, the military will do just fine, continue being cool, and continue having the greatest weapons on earth. I don't think cutting spending by 20% is too much to ask after 25 years at war. What do you think, Mike?
100%. I mean, that's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of money. I love it when we say we can't afford universal health care. We can't afford college for everybody. But then we spend and go into debt for all this other shit at astronomical amounts. Like, you can spend, we have the ability to spend on whatever the fuck we think is important to spend on. And the reverse is also true. We have the ability to cut whatever the fuck we have the appetite to focus on.
I mean, our focus has to be on essentially stopping borrowing and stopping spending. And that's like saying no to people. And there's only people out there looking for yeses. So, unfortunately, most people are not accustomed to saying no. And all this happens with the lobbyists. You know, there's 13,000 lobbyists in DC, spending a combined total of 150 billion a year, putting it into checking accounts. Bernie Sanders, I think, has received over $30 billion in big pharma donations. Have you seen the list of the big pharma donations? It's unbelievable. 30 million, 29 million, 27 million, 26 million. Like, there are senators and Congress people out there like Senator Warren, who has received almost $30 million in big pharma campaign contributions. That's a lot of money. And she gave us the National Financial Protection Bureau that Donald Trump is trying to shut down, which is a huge financial regulatory agency with huge powers over all kinds of different financial service companies. So, you know, that type of legislation and that funding and those annual budgets, I mean, that's what needs to be cut. There's 15 agencies that could be cut completely, just in the same way that USAID was shut down. These agencies are not in our Constitution, and they are nothing but a tax burden to we the people. So, you know, I think going the Millier Argentinian economic approach is the way to deal with our fiscal crisis. Cut. Anyways, all right, I'm going to go into the meditation portion of this campaign video. I hope you enjoy. There's a lot of exclusive videos that I'd like to share from the past 12 days here on Clubhouse. It's also private, though, because it auto goes to private.
I'm not going to talk about anybody else or former speakers. You know, in the Muff, in Mojo's room, the rule is don't bring old drama from old rooms into this room. And that brings you into the now. So the now is all important. And I'm just wondering why Dr. Adams supporting Darren LaHood against the campaign to elect candidate Congressman Kitover.
I don't want to talk about any campaign anymore. We're done with that. Not former speaker.
Can I say something? Please. Before this person leaves the room. Abby, I don't want to call you out. I have tons of respect for Abby, but I want to issue an apology to Abby. Because I didn't get a chance to do this the other day in the month. There was a heated discussion going on, Abby and somebody else. I don't remember what they were talking about. Maybe it was Trump. I don't know. But they were very, very...
I'm not going to guess that. I'm not going to talk about anybody else or former speakers. You know, in the Muff, in Mojo's room.
Okay, so what I think we're going to do is I'm going to leave my campaign interview that you just listened to on repeat, and like that'll be, you know, my content for the rest of the day. I think I should just leave that interview and let it run. The thing for me is I'm on Clubhouse so much, I've done these like conversations so many times that to me that sounds like a Clubhouse room. And I know I repeat myself a lot. So, you know, I feel like this is a good recording because it basically captures a lot of my opinions.
What do you mean they're poor? Who cares about that? You and I'm poor. And not everyone's rich.
They're poor as fuck, and they don't know how to respond to actual fucking ideologies or beliefs or anything like that.
What do you mean they're poor? Who cares about that? You and I'm poor. And not everyone's rich.
They're relying, and
suspect? Why are you guys such terrorists, huh? Why do you kidnap people? You think that's okay? You don't even know the truth anymore, do you, Aziz? Aziz thinks this has something to do with race, but again, he doesn't know what race he is, do you, Aziz? You're just some vague sort of mishmash of a fake state created by England, aren't you? Isn't that true, Aziz? And now you are living a stranger in a strange land, Aziz. Waiting for the world to turn against you.
Pulling legal lines. Like you're describing a relationship where you have to raise money.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go back to my history here.
Because there's so much is at stake in politics, there's a lot of interest and money.
Oh, let's see. Well, I don't know what I did with it. Okay, let me just put on some meditation prayer music.
Pulling legal lines.
What else can you tell us about sound healing? Sound healing has
become a global movement, not just because it
Challenges. Right. And when I look back at my life, I see all those. In the past, they were very interesting. But now I feel extremely grateful that they happened the way they happened because I was given a choice. I was given change or die. And I chose not to die. And some people never have to pick their question. And you can tell
John. John.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to the shofar very soon, actually.
This is Shema Israel, the Senichot Sephardic Yerushalayim tradition by Haggai Batzri, the Hazari Rabbi, or the Hazan Rabbi. Haggai Batzri, live from Jerusalem.
Amazing. Amazing.
I just want to say, no matter how hard our little buttercup tries, she'll never beat this Shema.
like they do this every day or every day or every Shabbat. When you're hitting the shofar like this. So.
Well, it says that this is a Sephardic tradition. You're a shaman.
Yeah, I haven't heard the Shema like this, bro, at all. So.
I know. I
It
don't know.
sounds like it's Sephardic because the Sephardics do everything fucking differently.
Yeah, they're playing some weird kind of violin instrument. I don't know what the instrument is that they're playing, but it sounds interesting. It's a very interesting Shema, but it is the Shema.
I believe it's food. I think it's food. Food. Okay.
No, it's definitely some type of hair string instrument. You hear that screeching? Like that's them rubbing a horsehair across some type of bass, basically.
Yeah, the Sephardics are really, they do things differently. Like, they, they, um, they don't eat meat
We
during,
take long trips.
what's it called?
Puzzle
Shabbat,
meaning of a
and,
painting or a book.
they'll, for like a certain amount of time, and not every Jew is doing this as well. So it's like, different, they have different customs and traditions. The Ashkenazis and the Mizrahis.
Who cares about that? You know what? I'm
Yeah.
Learning is a lot.
Yeah, it just depends. Like my grandfather, he doesn't either. Well, he doesn't, but like the Yemenites are not really known to follow that as well. So I don't know. It just really depends on how the culture and the tradition you're raised. And they pray also sounds a little bit different too. Some of the prayers they do. It is beautiful.
Since I had you here with me, since I had to learn to be someone you don't know.
It's kind of interesting to come into clubhouse rooms and just blast the Shema to people. Because you're fulfilling the mitzvah that they're supposed to be doing.
You know, we're definitely right now playing blowing the shofar before as we go into battle.
Is it said that you're supposed to say the Shema, or can you just listen to the Shema?
When you say it with your mouth and you draw out the final D, the duh. You say it loud. You're sitting and you're covering your eyes, and the shade of the Baruch and Kavod, you say it quietly to yourself but audibly to yourself.
What do you think about the name Shema? It's a very feminine word.
Well, it's feminine maybe in English.
Well, what do you think is the opposite in Hebrew?
It means here, Shema, here.
It's interesting because here is Hira and Shema is Shema.
So it's like hear or listen. That's really what it. Yeah. So.
Hear or listen, that's correct.
See, let's go down to the other room. Remember how I got mad at Helen for talking about religious stuff? He just fell for everything that I warned him about right now. And
Arlington Nissan has something for you. We have selection. Arlington Nissan has something for you because you'll never have.
Sucked his coworker's dick. He went and said, "Yeah, but now I'm married. That was before."
Eternal companion, help us pour out our hearts to you, honestly and sincerely. These prayers as our guide, help us feel close to you, dear God. Life makes warriors of us all. To emerge the victors, we must arm ourselves with the most potent of weapons. That weapon is prayer. Actions, no place too far for us. Tell me this, is there some secluded spot in the vicinity where I can go to pray? Agnostic asked. He had just arrived in Breslov. The town whose name the breast love movement has borne ever since. I know of a place that would be most suitable, the Hassid replied, but it's quite far from here. Father, Rebbe exclaimed, what do you mean by far? Far from the mind or from the heart? But Nachman later taught, when your heart yearns, distance is no obstacle. Praise my God, I work and I strive, never knowing if I will succeed. You and only you can give hope to my dreams. With your help I am spared wasted efforts. With your blessing all hardship I endure can bear fruit. You and only you are the key to success in all that I do. Courage to grow, Almighty God, source of all the energy of life. Without you I am helpless. Give me the courage, the physical drive, the emotional energy, and the spiritual will to risk in order to grow, to welcome every challenge as my life unfolds. Full life. O life of the world, grant me a full life, a life which may be considered long because it has been filled with right living, and considered rich because it has been filled with holy acts. Making ends meet, source of all sustenance, sustain me nowadays, or even living simply, working only to acquire life's most basic necessities, demands so much. In the black, help me see my way out of this monstrous tangle of debts, the inevitable outlay for my children's needs, those overwhelming expenses and bills, those inescapable medical expenditures, but most of all, dear God, help me keep my account with you in the black. Body and soul, Holy One, grant me the strength to cast off the spiritual sluggishness and indifference which encumber my body. Let my body, together with my soul, soar ever closer to you. Teaching my being, dear God, teach me to embody those ideals I would want my children to learn from me. Let me communicate with my children wisely in ways that will draw their hearts to kindness, to decency, and to true wisdom. Dear God, let me pass on to my children only the good. Let them find in me the values and the behavior I hope to see in them. Wholeness and well-being, God of wholeness, God of healing. Envelop us with wholeness and well-being. Heal us in body and soul. Let all the elements of our bodies work together in perfect symmetry and peaceful harmony. Remove every trace of illness, every hint of infirmity. Send healing, which you alone can bring. Sincerity, O you who are infinitely deep, yet also profoundly simple. Help me walk this simple path. Free me from any facade of sophistication. It will only hinder my endless quest to come closer to you. Help me live my life with faith, with sincerity, and with perfect simplicity. Giving, my God, help me become a giver. Help me give and go on giving. You've called on us to be charitable. Show me how. Show me how to give with a pure heart, with an open heart, with a heart filled with joy. Lead me to those who are truly deserving, for giving is so holy an act. Help me find the truly needy and help them find me. True nourishment, dear God, teach me to eat right and to eat for the right reasons. Keep me from eating the wrong foods and from eating more than I should. Let all that I eat nourish me, never weaken or harm me. With the food I ingest, create a perfect balance within me, in my body, mind, and soul. Gaining perspective. Dear God, I need your guidance. Bring perspective to my life. For the meaningless allures of this world control me. Let me see beyond the coarse requirements of my daily subsistence. Let me bask in that which is truly precious, the beauty of my relationship with you, dear God. Working to live, though I have no choice but to work to support myself and those who depend on me. Let my job never dominate my life and psyche. Let me never be so caught up in the pursuit of my livelihood that I stoop to dishonesty in order to get ahead. Let me make no transaction without recognizing that any measure of success I might find, I can come only from you. Oh God, see my pain, see the constant tension and anxiety with which I must function, with which I don't function. Touch my life with your love and your strength. With your wisdom I have more than I can bear alone. Troubles, kind, loving, mighty God, stretch out your hand to strengthen me.
Lift me up from my abyss, right my wrongs, turn my every failure into success, look upon all my troubles and say enough. Priorities of God help me fix within my mind the enduring truths of life. Let my every action be directed towards life's ultimate goals. For how can I face you, my Creator, without having invested all my days in preparation for that moment when I will meet you? How can I face you, source of my life, so long as I remain naked and barren, mad in the fantasies of form, the substance of life's illusions? Living to the fullest, dear God, as I age, as hours turn to days. Days to weeks and weeks to months and months to years. Let none of my time be wasted or lost. Let me use my life to the fullest to become the person I am meant to be. And thanks, dear God, all the good I can do in this world will never match all the good you've done for me. All my acts of kindness will never equal all the kindness you've shown me. Even all the gratitude I can muster will never suffice to express my appreciation and thanks to you, my God. Words, Reb Nachman's mantra. I want to pray to tell God everything I'm going through and to ask for help. Hassan explained to Reb Nachman. When I'm finally alone and trying to pray, the words don't come. Then Rebbe assured him, even just calling out to God, Ribbono Shel Olam, again and again is extremely beneficial. Once when informed that someone was able to read 1,000 pages of Talmud, Reb Noson responded, yes, that is impressive. Yet there are those of the Rebbe's followers who can repeat the phrase Ribbono Shel Olam 1,000 times. And praise Master of the universe, you listen to the anguished cries of desperate walls of every one of your beloved children. You hear my incoherent cries. You comprehend my jumbled words. I try my best to reach you with my inadequate prayer. I call out to you and you understand. Prayer, God of life, help me pray with all the force I can muster. If only I could invest all my energy into each word, even into every letter of my prayers. I know that it would give me renewed strength, renewed spirit. Prayer to the Almighty is my life, says the psalmist. Please help me pray. Crying out to God, oh, how I want to cry out to you, God of strength, to cry undistracted, and with a pure heart help me pray with all my strength to raise my voice in resounding supplication until my own prayers strike my mind like thunderclaps and refine the innermost recesses of my heart. One true word, oh dear God, for once let me call out to you with one true prayer. Let me think one pure thought, cry at one genuine cry, pray one absolutely sincere prayer. To you, dear God, prayer for healing, God of wholeness, God of healing, hear our words, accept our prayers, send a special blessing of healing to my son or my daughter, or my mother or my father, among all those of your children who are in need of your healing blessing. Openness, dear God, I want to open myself to you wholly, perfectly, and sincerely. I want to tell you about my doubts, my certainties, my weaknesses, my strengths, my failures, my successes. Breaking down the barriers, God, I want to break down every barrier that separates me from you. I want to lay out before you the parts of myself I'd love, and the parts I despise, the parts of myself that are healthy, and the parts that need healing, the parts I feel secure enough to speak of, and the insecurities I haven't the courage to share. Crying and sighing, the years have brought more pain than ever I imagined possible. When I cry, loving God, let me cry only to you. When I sigh, let that sigh be a pure, honest expression of a soul yearning for your light. Crying and sighing, let my cries and sighs heal me and restore me and bring me to joy. Let me never again succumb to bitterness or depressing thoughts. God, show me life's meaning. Effective words, God of wisdom, teach me the right words. Teach me the very words that will touch the hearts and souls of others. When a friend needs my understanding ear, teach me the words to say that will strengthen, that will encourage, that will express only my love and concern. Effective silence, God of wisdom, teach me to relate to others with words they need to hear, with words that will never
words at all. Teach me how and when to communicate with that most potent gift of silence. Sensitive speech, God of understanding, guide me, for my own words sometimes baffle me. When I relate to those around me insensitively, when I hurt, embarrass, or insult them, when I speak with a callousness that causes pain, when I lose myself in my own ego, God, pull me back to reality. Help others understand that I too am in pain, and let that be forgiving. Harmful words, oh God, help me avoid every abusive speech. Let no untrue word escape my lips. Pray that I never speak badly of others or speak empty words of flattery. Help me stay away from profanity. Teach me, dear God, when to keep silent and when to speak. And when I speak, oh God, you save me from using your wonderful gift of speech to humiliate or hurt anyone. Lies, ruler of the world, grant me truth. Spare me from the lies of others. Help me stop myself from lying to others. Save me from lying to myself and spare me from the lies of my own illusions. God, never let me live a lie, even for only a moment. Holy sounds, oh God, your creation resonates with holy sounds. Let me hear them all. Let them penetrate my heart and rouse my senses. The jingle of a charity box, the voice of a faithful teacher, even the intonation of my own sigh when I cry out to you. All these sounds are holy. Oh God, let my heart hear them and all be uplifted. And thanks God, ever my only support. You taught me to pray, to sigh, to cry, to awaken true, meaningful words from deep within, words that strengthen, words that ease my pain and heal my wounds, words that dispel darkness. Thank you, God, for opening my lips, and for teaching me to seek you through prayer. Feelings. Praying for what you need, Reb Nachman taught. When it comes to praying for what you need, there is nothing too insignificant to ask of God. Reb Nosson once happened to mention to Reb Nachman some minor convenience that he was lacking. Then ask God to give it to you, the Reb advised, and was completely astounded. Reb Nosson relates, would never have considered turning to God for something so trivial, which in any case I could have managed without. Noting my surprise, the Reb added, tell me, is it beneath your dignity to pray for something so minor? No matter what you need, the best thing you can do is pray for it. And praise, dear God of compassion. Your mercies are with me always, every moment of my life. With each breath I take, only you can love me so completely, so unconditionally, so profoundly. If people care for me, it is only because you care for me. If any of my words find their way into the hearts of others, it is nothing more than a reflection of your all-encompassing presence in my life. Compassion, loving God, you who are full of compassion, teach me to be like you. Teach me to be kind and generous and loving, just as you are kind and generous and loving to all your creations. Please help me develop true sensitivity and genuine compassion toward everything in creation. Joy, God, I stand between and battered by the countless manifestations of my own inadequacies. Yet we must live with joy, overcome despair, seek, pursue, and find every inkling of goodness, every positive point within ourselves, and so discover true joy. Aid me in this quest, O God. Help me find satisfaction and a deep, abiding pleasure in all that I have, in all that I do, in all that I am. Positive attitude. Merciful God, let me experience your mercy. Save me from pessimism, from bitterness, and from cynicism. Help me overcome my negative feelings. Help me avoid every form of arrogance, every hint of greed. Loving protection. Loving God, protect me with your love. Prevent others from viewing me with hostility. Never allow the negativity of others to influence my life or affect my destiny. Seeing the good of good, it is always so simple to find the evil, the ugly, the bad. Help me learn to discount all that is negative and the other. Show me the goodness, the beauty, the kindness in everyone I meet. Power of love. Teach me to search for the fine qualities in others, to recognize their immeasurable worth. Teach me to cultivate a love for all your children. No one is without redeeming value. Let the good good in me connect with the good in others until all the world is transformed through the complete power of love. Soulmate, oh loving God, so many in your world live without true love. So many cannot find their soulmate. Have mercy on them, O source of all love, that every lonely and incomplete soul know the wholeness of being that comes when one finds one's true love. Living in love, God of mercy, God of love, it is sometimes difficult, so painfully difficult to sustain a harmonious home life, to maintain a marriage based on true friendship and love. Let never a hint of argument, frustration, or suspicion cloud our relationship. We needed an extra measure of compassion to understand and care for one another with genuine sensitivity and with open acceptance. Let abundant peace fill our home. Peace, God, help me learn to cherish peace, to pursue peace, to promote peace. Save me from the need to be always right, which leads only to tension and strife. Oneness, God, help me forge a oneness between myself and others, between myself and my spouse, between myself and my children. Help me forge a oneness of the many selves within me. Help me become one with you. Learning to wait, God of patience, teach me patience. Help me learn to wait for the good that is just around the corner, for the assistance that will soon be within my reach, for the relief that is just a moment away. In a calm, patient God, teach me to be patient, unruffled by those who anger, tolerant of those who exasperate, accepting of those who disappoint. Help me remain serene in the face of derision, calm in the face of provocation, composed in the midst of a storm. And God, teach me to be patient with myself. Forgiving God, you alone know how urgently I need to learn to forgive. Help me douse all the anger that burns within me. Free me of resentment against those who have wronged me. Help me abandon all the animosity, all the hostility that clogs my heart. Help me turn my anger into love and my enmity into compassion. God, I never want to become angry. Protect me from my own passions. Don't let me lose myself to small-mindedness. Resentment of others guard me from turning my temper against anything or anyone, even and especially against myself. A peaceful disposition, teach me, O God, to seek only peace. Save me from every form of argument, controversy, and quarrel. Liberate me from every type of misunderstanding and strife. Where there is no peace, there can be no joy, there can be no love, there can be no true presence of mind. Dear God, let me be mine to share. Contentment, dear God, save me from wanting what is not mine. Protect me from my own jealousy, from desiring the money or the possessions, the position or the honor that belong to another. Let me trust in you enough to believe that what is meant to be mine will come to be, will come to me. Let me trust in you enough to be satisfied with all that I have today. Self-esteem, dear God, let me feel close to you. Grant me satisfaction with my life. Let me rejoice in that closeness, and let me turn with that satisfaction into a sense of self-worth, not one based in arrogance or in feelings of self-importance, but humble self-esteem rooted in holiness. Arrogance, dear God, free me of false pride, free me of the arrogance that accompanies an inflated self-image. Spare me from haughtiness, from the overloaded ego which stems from an empty self. Let me learn to feel good about myself. Let me never feel the need to belittle anyone in order to find value and worth, in order to feel valued and worthy. A haven of joy. Teach me the meaning of joy, dear God, strong, deep, genuine, and pure joy. Don't let me succumb to feelings of sadness, loneliness, and depression. Teach me to turn to you with my every problem, frustration, anxiety, and pain. Accept my broken heart, heal me, and shelter me in a haven of joy. Clapping and dancing, dear God, stir my heart with the spirit of joy. Imbue my arms and my legs with that spirit. From my arms arms are encumbered, and my legs have become heavy with my wrongdoings. Fill me, my God, with a cleansing spirit of holy joy. Enliven all my limbs. Help me raise my hands and clap. Help me lift my feet and dance, dance, dance. Overcoming loss, dear God, suddenly I'm alone, I'm in pain as I search for some source of comfort. The world so full, so bustling, seems so empty now. It's cold and it's frightening. In this hollow that is me, in this hollow that once brimmed with confidence and joy, God pulled me back to the world of the living, back to a life of action and human relationships. And thanks, loving, caring God, all that happens in fulfillment in my life come only from you. Knowing how absolute my dependence on you, I find peace of mind. Your presence suffuses my life, caressing me with hope, joy, and love. I've tasted your love, I've known your compassion, experienced your patience, and I am filled with gratefulness. Thoughts. An entirely new world. It is impossible to describe how wonderful it was in those early years. Reb Nachman said to the Hasid. They were strolling through the outskirts of the village where the Reb had spent the first years of his marriage worshiping and serving God in relative anonymity. With each step I took in these fields, praying and calling out to God, I experienced yet another taste of paradise. On another occasion, Rabbi Nachman described what it was like returning home after a day spent crying his heart out to God in the fields or forest. Coming back, everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is an expression of your everlasting love, of your concern for my ultimate good. God, as I recognize all your goodness, as your kindness fills my thoughts, I sing your praise. Light of awareness. God, let me comprehend all that I see with the light of awareness. Let me understand whatever touches my life in a deep and intimate way, in a way that embraces both the adult and the child within me. Developed in faith, my God, you and only you know how strongly I want to believe in you, to put all my faith in you alone. Help me make this desire a reality. Help me perceive your presence and draw strength from it. Every moment of my life, through every trial I face, let that recognition bolster my faith in you wherever I go, whatever I do. Accepting God's justice, God, help me see. Help me understand all that I see in the light of your truth and the light of your ultimate justice. When I see the success of the wicked, help me realize that it is but an illusion. Nothing authentic, nothing real. Real success, true good, absolute happiness are found only with you, dear God of truth, and one day I will see it, experience it, and know it. Overcoming doubts, my vision is distorted. Loving God of truth, I want to see clearly, but my heart leads me through twisted, convoluted paths of misunderstood impressions. Straighten those paths so that I can strengthen myself in the conviction of my beliefs. Learning life's lessons. Give God of my heart, grasp the profound wisdom with which you created the world. Let me understand that life's difficulties are in fact her opportunities. Life's endings are also her beginnings. Life's disappointments are her finest teachers. Learning life's lessons, dear God, let my heart grasp the profound wisdom with which you created me. Help me understand that my vulnerabilities, in fact, open me to growth. My limits draw me to new frontiers. My very failures teach me to succeed. Perceptions, body and soul, Holy One, granted me the wisdom to.
6 months ago, he was here. I met him, and he spoke. Really great guy. I mean, really smart guy, very patriotic. Um, yeah, I mean, there's more. There's a lot of people like you and him, man. Just a lot of these terrorists on this app don't understand. They think that every Arab that lives in Israel is against Israel. They think every Arab is a Palestinian or whatever, you know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, that's right. They think we all identify with this, just because we're Arabs, like we identify with with the cause, or with wanting to undo Israel, or it can't be further from the truth. I'm not gonna say that people, like the majority of people, they don't really like Israel, but so many people, they do not, especially before October 7th. Like I was just saying in the other room that for October 7th, like Bibi's government, which is supposedly like
this heartless war criminal, he was basically giving the Gazans 50,000 additional work visas. That was just October 5 or something. Yeah. So I went to work in Israel, and and then October 7 happened. So, for us as Arabs, like Israel is really just, um, this kind of, it's this hub, as you call it, like this is the Silicon Valley. And of course, if we were basically really going through a whole cycle of re-education and, removing all the brainwashing and everything, we could see it for the blessing that it is, like honestly. I agree, bro. And there's actually a lot of Arab Israelis that are in the high tech industry in Israel. They work for a lot of these American companies as well that are there in Haifa, that are in Tel Aviv. There's a lot of them that are in these major companies like Google, Microsoft, Intel, IBM. So yeah, I mean, like I've said, a lot of these people on this app that are from the UK, that are Muslims from the UK, that are from the United States, they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And you know what? They have no say in it at all because they're not from there. They're Muslims from other countries and they've never been to Israel before. So, they should just keep their mouths shut. And people like you have more right to talk about it than they ever do. And the thing is, they're so brainwashed that, like you see in the chat, this guy doesn't believe anything that you're saying. Pretty much, he thinks that it's all a lie. This from London, an Arab from.
So it's easy to watch the TikTok point of view.
Exactly. So once I oh yeah, I'm not even looking at it. I happened to see it, but I'm looking at something else on my phone. But Baqa al-Ghabia is in Israel, and then sitting right next to it, Baqa al-Shakia is inside of Judea Samaria. It's like the line is divided right there. So you see, it's two Arab villages, but one is actually inside of Israel, and the other one's in Judea Samaria. And you can see the difference actually, like when you look on the map, you see how populated, how many houses are in Baqa al-Gharbiya, and then you see that there's barely anything in Baqa al-Shakia, if I'm saying it correctly, but yeah. So, yeah, and then I also have a lot of good friends that are Druze, that are living in the north of Israel. I've been to Horfish before as well. Very awesome place. Like I've got great food there, and they're all very, loving there, very accepting. No one cares, man. It's like everyone just wants to live their life and make money and take care of their families, bro. Like that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So, but like the Silicon Valley of the Middle East, that's definitely Israel, and like I said, plenty of Muslims, Arab Israelis that are in this industry, and very, very smart people. A lot of them very smart people, doctors, lawyers, nurses. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a whole hospital in Haifa that's pretty much all Arab doctors and Arab nurses. So these people are just so brainwashed, man. That's why it's important to have somebody like you. At least we found somebody like you that lives there and can give your point of view. So. Oh, thank you. And I could maybe show people like Aziz. I don't know if he's Palestinian or not. But, no. That he's not. Yeah. Okay.
He's not a learner.
Because he's saying like, "Oh, you took my land and you gave me a work visa. Thank you so much." Yeah.
That's what he says every day.
Right. And his profile said the most moral man on earth.
Thanks, Jay.
And I do have a Drew's friend, by the way, Aziz. He came on this app a lot. His name's Loki. He comes on the app. He used to come on the app all the time. He doesn't come on anymore because he was sick of hearing people like you talk with him on a daily basis. He's a great guy. Jayla, do you remember him or no?
I do, but I'm not explaining anything to Aziz because it's like talking to a brick wall.
Well, Sammy, hopefully when I come next time, maybe I can meet you one day, bro. That'd be great, bro. We go out to go get some shawarma or something, bro. Yeah. I would love that. Honestly, I would love that. That'd be great. Yeah. Hopefully in my opinion, when Israel completely annexes Judea and Samaria, that will be when the conflict would end for good. Yeah, I hope so. That would be great, but
Shlomi before. I'm just wondering because he lives very close to Jerusalem. It's not far from it, so I was wondering if he goes in, if he's allowed to go into the Jewish part of Jerusalem. You can't get in. You can only stay in East Jerusalem, right, Sammy?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I've been to East Jerusalem sometimes, but it's getting harder.
He has green ID, bro. Yeah, he lives next to Ramallah.
Yeah. No, I don't have, but I need one. I don't have that. I can. Yeah, I can. I mean, if I have to, or if I need to, but I try not to, just to go around a lot, especially in this atmosphere. So, yeah.
Hi, George. Can you update the post as I did comply with your request last night to remove the podcast interview? I do appreciate the fantastic
I'm sorry.
interview, but do not agree with your definition.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's not far.
It's about from Ramallah. It's almost 40
Ah, from Ramallah. Yeah, I thought he was in Ramallah. He's in Nablus. Yeah, you're right. That is far from Jerusalem. Never mind. Sorry about that. I thought you said Ramallah earlier, but
No, I said I could live in Ramallah, like if that's maybe not the nicest place, but yeah, I'm from Nablus.
Yeah, also Ramallah there is nice new neighborhoods.
Yes.
New buildings.
Yeah, I was just telling Harry about the amount of fancy homes and cars and everything that you see in Ramallah, and even in all the towns, in all the Arab towns, you see all these fancy places, and people really assume, when I say, for example, I'm from the West Bank of Palestine, they assume that I basically struggle, to have drinking water, or they assume that Israelis, just like run my house and I have to, take excuse to just get out of my bedroom. I do not understand how especially I don't understand that really before the whole Intifada, the Judea Samaria was literally a part of Israel in the sense that everyone had free access to move anywhere you want.
Yeah, one state solution.
Yeah, I used to think one state solution before. Yeah, it was before, but right now I think
It
it's.
was in the past. It was one
Yes,
state
it was in the
solution.
past. Exactly.
that was before they started doing suicide bombings inside Israel all the time, and then they had no choice.
Yeah, exactly. Before the war.
Exactly.
But I used to advocate for one state solution, and I talked to, let's say 5-6 years ago. I'm like, yeah, and then the whole wave of knife attacks started to happen as well. If you remember, like everywhere in Judea and Samaria, and then it was followed. Yeah, and then it was followed by the whole war in Gaza, and technically, like, the Palestinians are so good in making, I don't know, in making people hate them. I don't understand what's this.
Ignoring everything. Like, ignoring
Yes, exactly.
everything that you can.
Hi, George. Can you update your post as I did comply with your request last night to remove the podcast interview with you? I do appreciate the fantastic interview, but do not agree with your definition.
To ruin everything somehow.
Yeah.
Defamation of character referencing seems to be showing that
Like,
it's unworthy of the public
We
trust.
could have been like
I
this
do not appreciate your defamation of
connection
character and
between
request
the Jews
correction
and
on
the
behalf
Arab world.
satisfy my honor
We
as I
benefit
run for
immensely
Congress
from
to
business and from trade and from technology and everything. Instead, we chose to be like a tool to be used, and eventually, when all the Arab countries are going to have peace with Israel and they're going to sign a peace deal, the Palestinians are now going to be left alone, going for scraps here and there.
Exactly. If the people, your people won't wake up and demand to fix this problem and
succeed in life, in happiness, without wars. I hope so. It would be wonderful.
Thank you, Shlomi. And by the way, um, I know you were one of the hostages, and to be honest, I was always thinking about you, and because I remember I only chatted to you once or twice, before October 7th, and I'm so happy. I was so happy when I read in the news that, you were saved, and now seeing that, you were back to your normal life. I hope so, and it's great that you can still talk about peace and stuff, given the experience that you had. Um, and I wish it would be the last time something like like this scale would happen ever, because in my opinion, really, like you don't deserve that. Not you personally as well. Like most Israelis are people who just want to live life, enjoy life, and you don't deserve to be put in that kind of.
I don't deserve it. No one deserves it.
Yes.
People of Gaza doesn't deserve the Hamas to treat them like this and make them their puppies and they're using them in every aspect that you can think.
I know.
And
You muted yourself.
I know there are people here that screaming outside. Let me check what's going on.
Okay.
Make sure everything's okay.
Now I got they're playing poker in the outside in the patio, so someone won a lot of money for it. But yeah, I'm still no one deserves it, not even the people in Gaza that are indoctrinated to what they are. And I hope that they will follow and people will change their set of mind and we can do this in peace, because really, even what I've been, after what I've been through and all the people around us still going through, I know that, and I'm sure that from our side we still want peace and end with this conflict once and for all. I can sign on it that even after everything that happened, we can still work on it, but again, the other side needs to change their set of mind, needs to agree for certain things. First of all, to acknowledge us that we are here and not say from river to the sea. And from then, from there, we can only achieve more good things, I think. But it's on your side, Sally. The ball is in your court, as we say.
I wish it was in my court, like personally. But I totally understand you. Like,
yeah, it's not you personally, but
yes, I understand. Yes, I got you, of course. I wish it wasn't. And because I'm like, stupidity really annoys me, angers me, and seeing how the Palestinians as people and as leadership, like they continue to take the wrong decisions since the 30s and 20s and the 40s and the 50s and 60s and 70s and up to 2025. And like I don't know, like when are you going to just realize that there's no point in doing what you're doing, and it's I mean, congratulations, like the whole city of Gaza, the whole strip of Gaza is now inhabitable thanks to your stupidity, thanks to their stupidity. So what more do you want? Like, didn't you just decide that this is where you say, oh well, maybe the route that we're taking, the trajectory that we took all these years is not working. Let's try something else. So I wish the ball was in my court, so I could just tell them, like, wake up, enough.
also, but we don't see it. So probably they are still this set of mind that they wanna conquer us and delete us. So what can I tell you, sir?
Sorry, sorry to cut you off. I wanted to give you some news. So at the moment, people of Iran are arriving in several cities.
Mama, no, yalla, go. The people of Iran, what?
I was saying the people of Iran are rising. They are protesting in several cities. I can write down this name of the cities in the chat. So all I ask is that please ask your politician to not to leave us alone, and ask them to support Iranians because they are rising in several cities at the moment.
I'm gonna write an email to Trump right now and Marco Rubio for you, okay?
You can just you guys can be active on Twitter, like you can write comments or like be active on Twitter or ask your politicians to just support Iran.
I think we all support Iran, just not the IRGC. We don't support IRGC. No. Oh. Is he even in the room anymore? I don't think he's in the room anymore. Is it Nudnik? My god, this shit is my every fucking two hours.
Who knows Matan? Do you guys know him?
I mean, I know he's Israeli. I just see him around the world.
Where he just wants to troll all the time and like not have a say, like he just wants to start shit.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, now I understand.
Yeah.
These guys are putting themselves and they're doing everything I told them. Now they're talking about circumcisions. They're just going after them, and I'm like you guys are so dumb. Why would you do that? Like, this doesn't. It's dumb.
Whatever, they're bored. Let them do it, you know? I like talking to people like Sammy, and I like talking to Shlomi.
Sure.
Aren't you in a BB in a mirror's room?
No, Matan's room, and then Ewan goes up there and says, yes, I sucked the dick.
What's the name of the room?
How to beat your wife when and how or something like that.
Niggers! Oh my god, bro. Shut up.
I don't have attention, so I'm gonna scream.
I like you, bro.
I'll put it in the chat one second. When and how to. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, trigger title to trigger them. What it is. Anyways.
She's a mod. Like they're doing more harm to Jews than they should be. Like that's the problem.
Who's a mod?
You know, Buttercup. You and he's in our room now. He doesn't understand. He keeps saying, I think you're making a big mistake.
Are you a mod there?
No, I believe if I was a mod there, that room would be crushed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't allow Jews or people. I don't even know if Ewan's Jewish, if he is or not, but like, not helping our cause. Very problematic guy. I know you can hear me.
Oh, really? How problematic am I?
Because I told you exactly the talking tracks that they'll use against you, and you told me I was wrong. First thing he said was the Talmud, the 3-year-old. I was right. Now they're talking about the circumcisions. you put yourself in a very vulnerable decision when you want to attack people's religion. You don't understand. You need to.
BB, I used statistics. I didn't use.
Look, I don't care what you use. You're still attacking their religion and their brainwash, so you're not going to win that argument. You think you're going to win. You're never going to win it. Worse, you told them that you sucked the nether.
I didn't say that. Wait. I didn't even say that to them. Okay? They're the ones that are just going after that. No, fuck off with that. And it doesn't even fucking matter. It doesn't even matter.
Shit alike.
No, you're the one that's fucking making a big deal about it. You were the one that was fucking screaming in the room about it. I don't give a fuck about it. I could give zero fucks about that, BB. No, you're the one freaking out about it. They weren't even freaking out about it.
No, man, you're an idiot, bro.
They don't give a fuck about it. No, they don't give a fuck about it. Literally, no, I'm not. I'm actually very strong. I mean, I'm a 6'4" strong dude.
You're a fucking weirdo, bro. Nobody I know fucking goes around saying I sucked the dick. I got on my knees on my opposite, sucked another man's dick, but I'm married now, so it's okay. And I'm proud that I went through that experience. No. You're nothing like me or anybody I associate with. That's kind of weird. And I told you you would lose the conversation when you wanted to start getting into arguments about religion. We already know that the religion's satanic. You don't need to fucking argue about it because they will never concede to your point. Ever. You'll never win that. They'll never be like, you're right. Please rewrite the Quran for me, and I'll follow your way. They're going to believe in their book. We're going to believe in our book, and we're not going to put down each other's book, and that's just the way it's going to be. You'll never win. You need to be arguing the fact. On October 7th, you marched in Israel and you killed fucking innocent women and children because you're barbaric. The heinous crimes that you committed, you need to put down your weapons and hand over the hostages. That's an argument you can win. You're not going to win an argument about fucking religion, you moron. You should have lied about the cocksucker part.
Do you want to hear his response?
Yeah, I bring him up, but he likes to interrupt. Like, he just won't let me get up.
Come on. Go ahead. Do you want, I think you were typing. Do you want to take me here?
I mean, I actually, I did the fucking adult thing, and I actually back-channeled BB my response, but he wants to make it very public. I don't care about my history. It doesn't bother me. I'm happily married. I have a loving wife. She knows about it. She doesn't care. I have a daughter who's 1. And I would say that I actually live a very good moral life, and I actually believe in spreading good moral values around. But BB, you want to fucking make this like the #1 topic. And to be honest, those people in that other room, like the second that I start spitting statistics and facts or anything like that, they can't say anything because it's just the fucking truth. Okay? So that's what I was doing, and you were more. The biggest thing to you was talking about my sexual history in that way. I don't give a fuck about my sexual history. I could care less. I am unapologetic. You have gay people in your rooms every fucking day who like literally are fucking gay. And you're like fucking doing this shit. And I think that you're making a massive mistake, BB, by fucking pulling this shit right now. Okay? No, you're in the wrong right now, BB. You're in the fucking wrong right now.
Are you skeletons in their closet?
There. So I don't have a problem with Daniel. I love him. I think he's amazing. I call him like a brother. I don't have a problem with that. He's openly gay. That's his sexuality. I have a problem with you arguing and trying to attack the religion. You're never going to win it. And then, what's even worse, resistance calls you out on something and you openly admit it. I said you should have lied. And then you doubled down again in this room and said you're proud of it, your wife's okay with it. It's a little fucked up. And then I told you what they're going to do before, and they're not really good at reading the future. I said you're going to attack the religion. They're going to tell you about the 3-year-olds in the helmet, which is misconstrued. Then they're going to talk about circumcision. You did exactly what the fucking, you told me I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm making a big mistake. They will not do that. That's exactly what the fuck they did. I know their MO. You will never win talking about their religion and tell them that who they believe in and Muhammad, fuck the 9-year-old. You are not going to win by doing that. It's a fucking stupid argument. Doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You won't win that argument. You win the argument that they came in Israel on October 7th and murdered innocent civilians. Everybody knows that happened. They'll try and misconstrue it and say, no, Israel had this. Then you can slap them with facts. You're not going to bring up the Talmud and read out portions of the Talmud and the Torah that needs to be translated and to make it make sense to them. And then they're going to read out the Quran. And then what are you doing? You're getting into a religious debate that there's no winner. And then you want to come up here passive aggressive and say, you're making a very big mistake. Bro, save me the fucking cookies. Because you dug yourself a hole, you passed them the shovel, you said, bury me. I don't have a problem. And you can keep going on, and that's your problem. You don't like to be wrong. And then you're still saying, I'm not attacking the religion, I'm talking about statistics about the religion. You're attacking their religion, you fucking bobo. You're like a fucking banana. Whatever, man. You don't have to lie. You can tell me suck 2 dicks, 3 dicks. That's your problem, man, not mine. The whole point is you're missing the. I don't know if am I losing my mind? Is it just me? You're not gonna win an argument with people that have been following their religion since birth, or even converting into it. The people that are converting into it believe it more than the fucking people that have been since birth. You're not gonna make them throw away their Quran, burn it, and say you're right, man. How do I sign up to be a Jew? You always gotta look at your end fucking goal, bro. When you decide to fight with people, your end goal is hitting a brick wall. Why would you decide to engage in an argument? Then you're still going off on the chat. Like, honestly, you're fucking. Then you're trying to tell me I have a problem. Yeah, I do. I have a problem with people like you. I think you're very problematic, very toxic to the Jewish people. And Matan too, and Buttercup, they're all in there right now because you gave them that ammo. You fucking started the fire, now it's burning. Very problematic people. You should be ashamed. Not accept that. I don't know, unless anybody else you can put in the chat. If anybody else think it's a good idea that we hold rooms where we start attacking Islam every day, let me know. That would be a great idea. One, if you think it's a great idea, and two, if you think it's not going to go anywhere. In the chat.
I think BB's on the mark on everything. You're 100% right. You don't want to get in an argument and get into glass houses. And religion is irrelevant. I mean, it's just going to be a circular argument with religion. You're right. They've been that religion for thousands of years. They're not going to change anything. But we talk about the relevant shit today, the October 7th, the terrorism. That's what we have, and that's what we should like fight. I agree.
100%. You gotta fight what's going on right now. It's what's going on. Doesn't matter. We like personally, if everybody asks you privately, what do you think of religion? You can say the most craziest things. Now you put two guys that hate each other's religion, there's not gonna be a winner. One guy's not gonna succeed. It's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be fucking. You're gonna need Tylenol because you're not gonna solve anything. But we could solve because it's factual that they murdered innocent women, children, and men that day. We know that to be facts. People will interpret the Torah to say one thing. They'll interpret the Quran to say one thing. It's all through.
Ewan, buddy. I have no doubts in this fight. Actually, I do, but you keep talking about stats, and stats are the tool to the point that you're making, and he's basically saying that's not the point to even bring up.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Yeah, you can go suck my dick too, asshole. I actually went down to this level. I can't believe I said that. No, the stats thing, it doesn't matter, even, I mean, I think he's got a point there. You know, you talk about religion, it's like, you can't fire me, I quit. Oh, you can't quit because you're fired. You ever hear that routine? It goes on and on. It's circular. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
And especially you know that Jews hate us on this app, and then you want to give them fire. It's just crazy. You want to give them more wood. You're like, hey, no, you're not burning a big enough plug. I'm going to carry one over for you. You're helping them. The fuck you doing that for?
Ali, you can beg to come back up. Why the fuck would we, and put in the chat why we have one good reason to bring you back up. Moron. One intelligent reason, and that's going to take you a long time.
You just wish the guy 100 years to come up with a reason. An intelligent, he's going to take him 100 plus years to come up with an intelligent reason to come on stage.
You know, in a proverbial haystack. I don't think we're about to swallow my conversation.
And then you want to argue with these people about religion? You think you're going to win? Look at
Ali, I've seen your people are more respectful of elder people than you are. You're not even following your own culture when you talk that way. I don't know what culture you think you're following. And it's really good. You guys are really brilliant. You guys are doing us more of a service by talking that way.
Hey, why are you being rude to you in the other room?
What was that?
I was asking Andy.
I want to ask the question for the groups. I want to ask maybe a question.
Yeah, go ahead. It's not baby, it's baby. Go ahead.
Baby, okay, baby. It doesn't make difference, okay. So I'm gonna correct
it. It's different if you're being respectful in conversation, asshole.
He said, like.
You have no intention of being.
He said he's a gay in the other room. He said that.
Who said that?
You said that. You acknowledged.
Oh my god, here we go. See what I'm talking about? You see what I'm fucking talking about? This is the shit you just brought to the room.
Hold on, baby. You told me it's our secret.
It is our secret, and I don't know who the fuck's writing this out. Who told Mohammed?
It's okay. But I think Muhammad likes you. What's going on?
Baby told me it's great. No, like, you know what he said? What he said to me, like, I like you, and I said to him, like, are you a gay? He said yes. But I didn't confess any feelings.
Well, how do you feel, Muhammad? Tell us. It's okay.
Yeah, now's the time. You have to say.
Muhammad, it's a misunderstanding. If you hook you up with someone that he knows, this is what I wanted to know. No, that's why I changed my photo. Like, I was putting my picture, you know, one day ago, and he said to me, I like you.
Yeah, there's a guy on this app called Bloodfake. Man, he would love to meet you in person.
Oh my god, I know who Muhammad is. Muhammad's the guy named Sam. He tried this campaign for 2 weeks about me. Ah, it's Sam. He told people, I asked a question, I'm like, if you were to go camping and you wake up and there was another guy sucking your dick, would you tell anybody? And he said, no, he would keep it a secret. So I'm like, I think that's gay, bro. And he's like, no, you're the gay. And he got upset. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, that explains.
That's who Muhammad is. It's Sam.
You know what?
Even though I think that's gay.
I want to tell you.
You know that Hamas are very much into manhole.
Yes.
I want to tell you a secret. When I said to him, like,
Do you know about the Bakabazi boys? Do you know about that, Mohammed?
let me finish, okay? I have no idea what you mentioned. Maybe he said, like, you know, why he makes his voice quite deep. I said to him, because if he speaks with his own voice, you would doubt him. Would you deny that, baby? Would you deny that, baby?
Nah, you're misinterpreting what I said. I said when me and Daniel hang out,
You said that.
he'll punch me in the Adam's apple so I can have a deeper voice afterwards so people wouldn't understand, they wouldn't catch it.
My son, I swear on my son, you mentioned that. You said that.
Hey, bro, that doesn't mean shit. We know you guys don't give a fuck about your kids.
And please respect our privacy. Thank you.
Yeah, the whole thing cracking me up.
Okay, baby, we can talk about it like in private rooms. We shouldn't speak about it publicly.
You're gonna get Daniel jealous talking like that. I'm gonna have to remove you, bro.
Hold on. Do you want to take Bibi to private rooms? Because I'm a jealous guy. So no. That's like Muhammad. I know what you're doing. You're trying to get into a private room, and then like one thing leads to another. Muhammad.
Manipulate me. I know.
Can Daniel at least watch?
Why do you care with Daniel? Like, are you interested in what? What are you interested in?
Wow, you're slow, Muhammad. I'm sorry.
So slow. This guy tried to troll us for 6 days, man. Can't believe that.
Wait, Muhammad, you can't take an inch.
You can take a mile.
Daniel is quite interested in something, you know?
If you give him an inch, he'll take all 7.
Do you get mounted or you mount, Daniel?
But Bibi, this is the hilarious part though, is these guys are actually like homo, like they're interested. They're interested in homosexuality, so I just like fucking. Dude, my back channels are like going through the fucking roof, Bibi.
You know what, brother. Do you understand the mentality you're dealing with? That's why you never win an argument with them. Instead, all you do is give them fire.
What's with the cock block? I'm in the middle of something here.
I apologize.
So, what did you ask? Like into positions now you were asking, Muhammad. Maybe we should take it like privately?
This is another side of Daniel. I can't even tell.
Daniel, you're not leaving the room, bro. To go privately with
Bibi. I'm kinda, you know, how about is it taekwondo or judo that you use, or karate? I don't know, that you use the force of the enemy against them? Aikido. Aikido? Okay, so that's.
Baby, trust me, outside of this room, I'm not gonna tell anyone that you're interested in boys, so I'm gonna keep it secret. I'm not gonna tell them.
You know how it ends up with you guys. Either he's gonna go. Yeah, no, you're gonna try and blow him up.
Not boys, men, not boys, Muhammad.
He said children, but I didn't like to say that, but he said children.
Oh, now the lies are coming out, right? More and more. Keep going. What else you got?
And I'm fly. I don't talk to these.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. I hear some feminine in your voice. What's going on over there?
Well, that's why he said to me he's interested.
No, but to be honest, for some reason they're obsessed with gay sex and with pedophilia. It's like, it's constantly on their mind on every single day. Is it sucking dick of babies, or if it's like children, or if it's like gays, it's like people are obsessed.
No, do you know what it is? It's butthole stuff. They're like obsessed with butt stuff, dude. That's it.
Guys, why did he leave? Like, he got embarrassed maybe? He got shy? No, I'm sorry, maybe he got embarrassed. I shouldn't have said that publicly. I apologize. Harry! You still support Israel?
I mean, that was a cool dude. He's probably now crying somewhere. Please be more sensitive next time.
Daniel, you still support Israel?
I support the truth.
Which is what? Killing children?
Killing children?
You're gonna be removed one day.
Yeah? Come get us.
Yeah, you will be removed one day. We're gonna give you another lesson.
Do you have a job? What is your job? Like what domain? Like what do you do?
Are you guys still pushing the like Israel's not gonna exist theme? Because that's like just not gonna happen. It's like Israel's seeming like way better than like all the surrounding countries. What makes you think that like Israel is going to cease to exist at any point?
No, why do you speak like some professor at a college, university, but in fact, you have no idea about anything, you know.
Oh, thank you for telling me that I sound intelligent.
Look, because the history is not on their side, the present is not on their side. So what are they left? The future. Israel will be dismantled. Listen, Muhammad, hold on. The future, Muhammad, the future is the land of endless possibilities. You could be the president of the United States. Imagine that. And you could dismantle Israel. Dream big, Muhammad, dream big.
No, but it's some information in our religion. You will be eliminated. Israel. It's not gonna exist in the future.
Tell me something, Muhammad. In your religion, let me ask you something. Doesn't it say that the land of Israel is for Bnei Israel, which is us? So what the fuck are you Muslims doing? You are not Bnei Israel, right? So according to your prophet, your own prophet, that land is definitely not yours. So don't talk to me about your religion because you don't care about your religion. And
Yeah, to top it off, Mohammed, if you want to get deep down into it, do you think that trees and rocks can talk? Do you think that they can speak English or speak?
this is why you're not allowed to drink alcohol anymore in Islam.
Then okay, let's forget.
Wait, can you answer that question? Do you think that trees and rocks can speak Arabic, specifically?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Do you think that trees and rocks are going to, in Arabic, say where Jews are hiding? Yeah, you actually think that's gonna happen? Fucking hell, that's hilarious.
Then what about the Jewish? Okay, why Jewish keep planting olive trees?
Because they want fucking olive oil.
Because the olive trees are known. The olive trees are known that they are mute. They will never speak. They are allies. So this one.
Are they deaf? Are they deaf trees?
They are mute. They cannot speak. So this is why we only. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the best tree to speak? Please enlighten me.
And also Jerusalem rock. Just so you know, Jerusalem rock. Muhammad, listen.
No.
But
I should have as well.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
I wanna tell.
You know that Jerusalem is built from a rock, Jerusalem rock. And that is also, let me just finish it's a quick joke, okay? Okay, you ruined it. Okay, go on.
I wanna tell. Before 1973, Israel kept saying, we have the strongest line that can defend our land throughout history, Bar-Leaf line, Bar-Leaf barrier, and it's gonna prevent the Egyptians from crossing those canals. Fine. And when they woke up, they found out that got destroyed. Everything, you make it complicated. You make it look quite complicated. And you say we have the most.
The Egyptians won.
I did.
I mean, you lost like 550 planes, but you won. I mean, yes, 20,000 people were killed. Yeah, like fine. But you won, dude. Yes, you lost the entire Sinai Peninsula. But dude, you won. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Ignore the facts. You won. Forget about it. Do you have a girlfriend?
We are your subject.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, that's actually a more important. No, that's a more important question. Do you have a girlfriend?
I'm a gay,
Do you have any friends?
Do you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't have any boyfriends.
Do you have friends at all?
No, I don't have any friends. I'm alone, lonely. I'm separated from all people. I stay alone.
Do you live alone or do you live with someone, with a family?
I live alone. I get outside, I buy some food, I get back. That's all what I do in life.
I see.
So this is what we're asking. So BB is worried about my lifestyle choices, even though I have a wife and kids, and I'm married, and I live a very good life. But the majority of these people but the majority of like these people are like alone incels who aren't actually adding to like any gene pool or anything. So like what is the fucking problem with me?
There's
Like,
nothing.
these guys are like literally fucking alone and like basically incels.
There's nothing wrong.
What's my fucking problem?
You don't have a problem, bro. You're good.
No, I know. I'm just like that was retarded. BB's fucking retarded. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why
It's so stupid.
Yeah, you went down your neck for some reason. I don't know why.
But this guy like doesn't even. He's not even like procreating with people. He's not doing anything. Might as well be sucking dick, which is fine. I have nothing against it. You can suck all the dicks you want, Mohammed. I wouldn't judge you.
Yeah. What about you? What is your life? What's your life? Tell me about your good life. You've been here for many hours.
No, I mean, no, it's just, no, it's what BB was saying earlier. I'm just like fucking done with that shit. I don't want to be judged in like community people over something that I did when I was like fucking 19 years old. That I don't care about, that I openly admit it, which I don't care about, but then like, you know, get fucking attacked over this shit. Maybe he is. No, he's Canadian though. I'm surprised. Like, he might even get arrested for fucking saying what he did. But
and I think he has a bit of logic more than you. But you have no idea, to be honest.
No, Mohammed, you don't have a girlfriend. You are like on like fucking step one right now. So you have no idea what you're talking about. No, you need to find a girlfriend. You need to find a girlfriend first, and then you can start talking to us.
They come here to make a girlfriend. That's why you're here.
I mean, I met my wife on this app actually. Yeah.
Are you coming here to make a girlfriend?
No, I met my wife on this app.
Hello, I'm his wife. I'm a woman.
Yeah, my wife's here.
Every country.
Are you?
Hey, Mohammed, this is my wife.
Sarah, are you a paid
Hi,
actress?
Mohammed.
Are you a
That's
paid
a really,
actress?
no.
Hold on. Are you?
Yes, I'm really his wife. I'm the mother of his child. Yes.
I think she's a paid actress, and you're a paid
Oh, whatever. Okay. You don't believe it doesn't mean I'm a paid.
Oh, great. BB's back. BB, I'm tired of your fucking shit, man. I can't believe that you fucking did this. Honestly, it's so embarrassing.
You can leave my space if you don't want to be here, bud. I told you.
It's so fucking embarrassing. No, but it's your problem. It's not my problem. It's yours.
تركيب ماتيوان ليش برا محمد وين انت يا حمار وسطك يا كلب برا طالع وسطك يا كلب يا ابن الشرموطة وسطك يلا برا يلا
Baby, why did you leave? I think you got annoyed. I'm sorry about, I'm sorry about revealing our
You know, people they can see through all your guys' lives, right? Like every single one of them. That's why it's not worth arguing with you guys. I like to just to let you guys speak for like 60 seconds, just to remind me how retarded and stupid you guys are. Just in case I forgot.
Who was talking that was being stupid? What did I miss?
Mohammed.
It's not me, baby. It's not me. It's, not me.
And BB wasn't being nice to Ewan.
Yeah, okay. So what? I'm allowed to be.
Well, BB, you won't have to worry about me coming anywhere near your spaces again.
It's so funny. it's funny because Gabriel was here too in the bottom, and he was like, "Aren't BB's right? BB's right." He's off point, like you shouldn't be doing that. Gabriel, you won't believe it. He went into the room and he started that same shit, and they hacked the shit out of him and lost. And they brought up everything I said they were gonna bring up: the Talmud, the circumcision. They did it all because you gotta attack what's really going on. October 7th. October 7th. The hostages. You're not gonna. Anyways, I'm not gonna argue with this guy. You're fucking dumb.
This is fucking crazy, bro. Is this guy even Jewish, bro?
I don't know, man. That's the whole thing. And he keeps saying, "But I'm on your side." You know what I mean? I think it's the case of my enemy's your enemy type thing.
These people are bad faith actors, just like that Buttercup bitch. Gotta watch out for these people.
Buttercup so much ammo, so much.
Yeah.
Going on and reading things about the Torah and this and that, and I'm like, and then that guy Matan, he's a problem. He's a big problem.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know. He's trolling, or he's trying to troll, but it's not. I don't know if he's actually really trying. I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah, they're not good at it.
Like, is he Jewish? Like, it's just kind of, Hebrew name, but I guess that Muslims for, what does he have? Muslims for in support of Israel, PTR?
He's Israeli.
Is he Israeli Arab?
No.
He has a Hebrew accent, like when he talks.
No, he's just not good at trolling. Like he's aboard Israeli, and he started fires. But he doesn't realize. They don't realize that you're giving the Jews on here that aren't fully informed. You're throwing them into the wolves.
So the Muslims in support of Israel is just a really stupid PTR.
Yes, he's had that for some time now, bro. It's a fucking troll.
I know. Like,
I questioned him the other day on one of that shit.
Really confusing.
Yeah, he thinks it's a joke. And now he made a room about BB. BB is a wiener. Wiener.
Ewan, which one?
Ewan.
Holy shit, the room cleared fast. What the fuck happened?
Very boring.
Is there another room? What happened?
I don't know. I'm not keeping up with all this shit.
The room cleared. Wake time. Are you ready?
I mean, the room's been open all day. I've been in here by myself at one point, so. And then go back up, and then, yeah. People have ADHD on this app. I didn't realize it. They don't know how to stay in one room.
Yeah, true. I left because I took a nap. And now I'm gonna leave my dad because I gotta drive my son. You just what?
Jayla, we have an active shooter at Villanova. I just put it in the chat.
Holy shit, I just got an alert and then it went away and I didn't see it. At Villanova?
Yeah, Villanova.
Oh, no.
We're moving in the kids. I know.
Shit, I hope nobody's hurt.
I have the news on too, just trying to follow it. Anyway.
I mean, did I send you the story about a camp in upstate New York where paraglider, basically, it was a camp that a lot of Israeli children who were sort of had a lot of PTSD from October 7th went this summer. And apparently there was a hang gliding contest near the camp. And it all freaked out. Like, and the camp went into lockdown because all of these paragliders were like flying over the camp.
No, I didn't hear about that. That's horrible.
Yeah. Turned out to be innocent, quite innocent, but really didn't help the kids much.
I'm gonna
Okay,
jump
guys,
off.
I will be back.
Hey, Nikki, I haven't talked to you in a while.
Hi.
Hey.
I left the app for a while. People are crazy.
Healthy.
Understandable. All right, I'm gonna jump off. I was looking for Jay.
Yeah, I gotta jump off. I gotta go drop off my son.
Me.
Jay. Oh, yes. Oh, Jay.
OJ. Not OJ, but yeah, Jay.
Oh, sorry. Jay Love. I think it was Jay Love.
Yeah, everybody's got another name.
J Lo. That's why I said OJ, because I didn't think J Lo, so I had to look at your profile for a second. Now,
What's up, Nikki?
it's sick. Not much.
How's everything going?
Everything is good. I'm seeing someone, like for real seeing someone.
I think you mentioned him to me.
I did.
And I think that, yeah, I think you mentioned him. Do I do?
Can I show you what he looks like?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Let
sexy.
me see what he looks like.
He's the guy from the place that you see in the morning, that, I'll leave it at that? That one? Or no?
I can't remember.
He's the guy, what?
That you see in the morning sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, listen, I listen.
During the day and then at night and then
That's good.
Wait, are we talking
the next morning.
morning sex?
No, I mean, I guess that happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I'm actually seeing someone. Like, it's not just like I'm sleeping with someone. I'm actually like dating someone.
No, when she said see him in the morning, I didn't know what you were alluding to.
Oh, well, you know, when I wake up in the morning and he's beside me.
Oh, I see.
And I finally told the kid's dad. I don't think he believes me though.
Really?
Proof?
And now does he want to work everything out?
Oh yeah, he keeps sending me like from fucking like Spotify or like SoundCloud or whatever, like links to like all these love songs. And like, I love you, I'm so sorry for everything, I'll do better. I'm like, that's good for you, I'm seeing someone. Met someone or seeing someone, bye.
You're not going back, right?
Like, not gonna lie though, I'm a little afraid he's gonna show up tomorrow.
Yeah, but what will he do if he sees you with the guys? So, like, try to fill them out?
Probably.
Oh, that's nice. So then,
Is he big and jacked and violent?
It's not. Hold on. Okay, I'll be back. Don't go anywhere, don't close the room. I'll be back. Let me just drop off my son.
Alright guys, let's close the room. Have a good day.
No! You're gonna listen to a 16-year-old. Really?
It was good talking to everybody.
He is a cool person. I got him.
Shalom, shalom.
I just got here.
להתראות, bye.
The other day. He looked
Thursday.
cute. Who? I got Jordan's ears pierced the other day. He looked so cute.
I look so different from when they last saw me, mother.
You turning your son into a transgender.
Did he just call you mother? Wait, did I?
Yeah, he calls me mom or mother.
Mother? Oh my god, that's so
Years ago,
cool.
I was completely different from when I started working there. I grew, cut my hair.
Yeah.
Yours are weird.
Oh, Jasmine's brother, Abraham. He got a job at Longmont. At the
That's
start.
what?
No. I already saw him. He's gonna talk to them, and I told him about you and Clara.
Nikki, you're not muted.
No, because I saw that. LinkedIn was like, LinkedIn said to me, he goes, I was gonna find all boys and girls.
For us.
No, let
or
him
for
see
them?
what he can do.
I think for them.
It's a grocery store.
A kosher store?
Grocery store across the street from here.
It's like Sobeys, but not kosher. That's what Loblaws is.
Sobeys, okay, well, that's a reference we don't know.
They don't have
You should be
Sobeys.
calling your mom Ima. That's the correct way to call your mom, Ima.
I'm not Israeli.
It's
You don't need to be
I'm
Israeli.
not either. I call my mother Ima. And I'm born in America. think it's how you train them, like when they're born, and then they.
The question is, what do they call you when they're pissed?
You don't wanna know?
My first name, actually.
I'll do that when like there's something.
Wait, you allow them to call you by your first name? I don't smack kids, but I would smack my
No, I
kids if
don't.
they call
That's
me
what
by their first name.
Clara calls her bro.
Yeah, my daughter calls me bruh.
Bruh? Oh my god,
Bruh.
I would deny her
Bruh.
food until she stops.
Thank you.
When I did that the other day, and he was like, what? I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I'm sorry, babe. I'm like, bro. And he just looked at the LA Bucks.
Almon's been calling his girlfriend, his girl call each other Unc.
Unk.
Yeah.
Why?
By accident.
What's unk? Is that a new thing?
No, it's like Uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah, no, but is that like a new thing? I know it's uncle, but is that a new thing?
Yes,
Teenagers these days.
They have a whole language.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, are you getting a ride home or what? Because I gotta drive Clara and I gotta go pick up Preston and everybody else to take them to Moxie's later.
I already asked if you could leave it on Moxie's.
Who?
Yeah,
What time?
Why are we listening to this whole conversation?
7, maybe 8.
Yeah, that's not gonna work because I have to pick up Preston and Shannon and take them all to Moxie. I know, Clara just told me right now. They have
I
reservations.
pick up Weston, Preston, Shannon, Johnson.
Making mute, but
I gave you stuff in advance. Why am I being shut up?
Because I'm one person.
Really? I thought you were 2 people. What about Madden? Do you have to also pick up Madden?
Who's baby at the bottom?
I don't know. They were in here yesterday. I have no idea who that is.
steady stuff.
It's Baby JB, so it's who somebody's making fun of JB. I don't know. Or that's him.
Is Teddy still at the bottom?
No.
Sorry, man, I hurt my eye, so I've got a pillow on top of my head.
Is that you, JB?
He'll just be JB. He doesn't hide behind stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of true. So everybody went over to that other room to listen to what's her name? Honey Baby, what the hell's that girl's name? Summer had the, what the hell's her name?
Buttercup.
Buttercup.
Well, Buttercup is in a room with a Palestine flag and an Israeli flag.
Yeah, she's a mod with Baton.
She's enabled by this.
Maybe.
What did you say? I didn't hear what you said to me.
That was like an hour ago. I have no idea. Who said something? Do you remember who it was?
To me?
Yeah.
That was it right now.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention, probably.
No, I
So what grade
muted
is
you.
this? Have I missed?
What grade have you missed?
Yeah. Where's Shooky?
Can
And I know what happened with Shooky.
Nikki, what's your son's name? Justin?
Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah, okay, I know it's her. Jordan, what do you think of this app and your mom's use of the app?
The dude's crying about meat pieces though in the room. Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, he got like 10 people in there, so now he can cry about it. And he made Enigma moderator. God, I hate that lady. Disgusting, vile lady.
Jewish until I realized she was.
Nah, she's not Jewish. She hates religion, but like she hates Islam so badly that she feels like she can, use us as like yeah, exactly. There you go. I was looking for the word. So exactly what it is. It's like it's disgusting.
Back. We're the only ones fighting back.
that Christians don't believe that they're an enemy until it happens to them.
They're next. Red news.
Echo, you heard what Abby said?
This active shooter going on?
Yeah.
Was it like at the Hillel, or was it just on the campus, or?
I don't, Villanova has a Hillel? It's a Catholic school.
Everything has a Hillel.
Okay, guys, I'll be back.
It's not, is it like one of those, it started out as a Catholic school, now it is everything, or?
I know Jews can go there, but hold on, let's see what's the update.
Because I thought, did she get it through the SCN, or she just heard, or just read it?
No, I got a text on my phone. 40 minutes ago, active shooter, but I don't know what the update is. Maybe I should turn on the,
I mean, is it like, what's that school?
And guess what they nicknamed it? This is interesting. Nova Alert. That's weird.
Why did they fucking call it a Nova Alert? That's terrible.
I don't know. Let's see what's going on in the news.
What's that school in Indiana? Is it like one of those, is it like that school?
Yeah. H.
None of you guys have the problem that you leave the room and then you try to come back to the room and it just puts like a blank screen and it doesn't do anything. You have to close the app and reopen it. It's been happening to me I just updated the app, so hopefully it'll fix it.
It's been happening to